Okay, so I'm going to take some calls about the Destiny divorce issue. There's DGGers want to come in and talk to me. A little disagreements I've got in my coverage. So we're just going to get into that now.
Chris Platters, I don't even know what the fuck you're ranting about. You sound retarded, bro. People do defend everything Destiny does. People are literally attacking Melina everywhere right now. Destiny posted a video. His title for his divorce stream the other day, his video of it was, Melina asked Destiny for money. You're a fucking idiot, bro. Like, he's literally just spinning up a hate campaign against his ex-wife. You're a complete moron if you don't see that. And people will defend everything he does. The thing is that he does this. They don't defend him like an angel. He's an angel. No, they don't, because you play this retarded fucking game that I've already talked about already. I've already spoken about already. What did Melina ask Destiny for 100k for, though? You're a fucking idiot. The reason Melina seems to have asked Destiny for 100k, the speculated reason, is because this whole tax issue was because she did not tell the government that she had left Sweden, and she owned a rent-controlled apartment that she got from her grandma, and she lost that because she went to live with Destiny. And she was asking for recompense for the fact that she lost a regular apartment. That's the current theory. That's the current theory. So stop fucking bullshitting, sitting there being like, well, she didn't ask him for money. You don't know what's actually going on. You've got no idea. I don't either. I don't either. That's speculation. But you have got no idea what's going on, and you're acting like that's a totally fair representation to just say, Melina asked me for money. It's not a fucking fair representation. It's one side of the fucking story, and you're a complete moron. That's not. No. That's a reason she was in there, bro. She got in trouble because she hadn't told them she left the country. You are sitting there acting like, oh, we don't defend Destiny, we don't defend Destiny. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Come in. Yeah, join the VC. Join the VC. Let's do it right now. Hi, retard. How's it going? What's your point?
Yeah,
you play this retard. Okay, is what you're saying. You're saying you don't defend him like an angel. No, you guys and Destiny play this retarded game. You go, I'm not perfect. I made mistakes. I'm not, but they will never cop to a specific point of criticism. They will you will never agree it's abusive to tell your partner to kill themselves in an argument. You will never say Destiny is an abuser.
You think that we're playing a stupid game. However, the we that we're talking about here is apparently a whole bunch of things that you're already assuming that I've said.
Because you're sitting there in my chat running defense for everything. Running defense for everything. Yep. You've literally been running defense in chat the whole time. That is all you've been doing since you came into chat.
It's because it's super easy to run the defense.
Okay, so what's the defense? So what's the defense? Okay, so is that abusive? Is that abusive? Is that abusive? Answer that, yes or no. Sorry?
You haven't stated a claim for me to answer.
I did. I said, is it abusive to tell your partner to kill themselves in an argument?
Yeah, definitely to a level. However, if you want to start like, yeah.
The qualification. Well, it's not, but it's not as bad as the abuse Melina put him through. Is Melina the bigger abuser?
Is it wrong? Is it wrong to have these feelings about your partner when they're like intentionally trying to fuck you over?
Intentionally trying to fuck him over. How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know she's intentionally trying to fuck him over?
Well, we know that his feelings are towards the situation is that he's trying really
hard. How do you know
that's
his feelings? How do you know that's his feelings?
Because he tells us his feelings.
But how do you know he's not lying to you?
Okay, but I don't look at every single situation like everyone's lying to me. That would actually be like.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. You just said you know his feelings. You don't know his feelings.
Okay, but my hypothetical is there are certain times where you can tell your partner to go fuck themselves or go kill themselves or call them.
No, there's not times you can tell your partner to go kill themselves. No, there's not actually.
Yeah, well, not everything is abuse. They can just leave you, right? It's a shame that these people have built their lives together. You just said you
can tell your partner to go kill themselves. Why? No, you can't. That's fucked up.
Well, it's not against the law, and it's not going to be like morally the greatest.
But that's abusive, and it is morally wrong. It's abusive. It's morally wrong. It's antisocial, and it's unhealthy. It's all of those things.
The problem here is that you just want to conflate this with Stephen being like a hardcore drug addict, and then be like, and then you'll pick up like little things like.
No, I'm not conflating it at all. I'm making a very specific claim. I'm making a very specific claim to you right now. And when I say he's like cherry,
your implications are like so strong. I get it that you want to like milk this kind of.
What do you mean my implications so strong? You make a fucking point. You're just sort of like vaguely gesturing towards something here.
Okay, well I can directly into it.
Everything I just said. Can you just acknowledge everything I just said about the claim of abuse, the kill yourself thing? That was all true. It's antisocial. It's unhealthy. It's abusive. It's wrong. It's fucked up.
It might be actually pretty healthy for their relationship. Okay. It might actually push their relationship into understanding each other's feelings. And
you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
How do you know that's
you're
not
a fucking idiot? You're a complete idiot.
Okay, you can call me an idiot if you want, but the way you act is like actually ridiculous.
No normal person
there
would ever say it's okay to tell your partner to kill themselves in an argument. No normal person would ever say that.
How would you know, bro? How would you even know? Like,
what do you mean? How would I even know?
Well, Melina knows what Destiny's like and knows what he's going to, and so do we all. But then the thing is, you want to portray like something like way worse, like he's a hardcore drug addict. When even if he's taking the maximum
I'm not saying anything about drug addiction right now. I'm not saying anything about drug addiction right now.
But you do. This is why I'm
not saying anything. Yeah, okay,
like,
okay. But I'm asking. I'm just making a specific point, and you were
defending him the whole time. He's taking a remedial dose of vitamins.
A remedial dose.
A recreational dose. Yeah,
he's immediately gone on to almost the highest dose, and he has changed doctor in order to maintain a high dose.
Well, immediately, but like after like a month or two, he's a millionaire, bro. He can play the system as hard as he wants.
That's not the point.
It's totally fine.
That's not the point.
Well, yeah, your point is that he's
I'm saying it's drug-seeking behavior. I'm saying it's drug-seeking behavior.
It's not drug-seeking behavior.
It is. It is. Doctor shopping is
doctors. Honestly,
no, he didn't. When the doctor told when the doctor said when the doctor shut up. When the doctor said to him, I'm going to change you onto a lower dose of a different medication to see how it works. He said no and changed doctors so that he could maintain a high dose.
Yeah, he wanted the cooler, better dose. And besides,
so that's drug-seeking behavior. So that's drug-seeking behavior.
Well, no, drug-seeking behavior would be going out and smoking like a bunch of meth, right?
No,
like
not necessarily. No, you're incorrect.
Later on, you were like, he's like moved on from Vyvanse to MDMA, which is like again a crazy statement. He took 3 days off of Vyvanse so that he could do MDMA.
He did MDMA. He literally sacrificed career opportunities. He was in the middle of Scuff podcast and took MDMA, and would rather have done that than continue doing something for his career. Right? He was like rolling on stream. He was rolling on stream. That's he's not throwing his career away or like it's not throwing his career away. It's not throwing his career away. But this is a sign of unhealthy behavior in regards to drugs. Is when you start foregoing stuff like career opportunities, responsibilities for the sake of getting high.
It would just be to grind through work while you're getting a divorce. Nice one, bro.
That's not necessarily healthy behavior.
Bro.
But taking drugs to cope with do you think taking drugs to cope with divorce is healthy behavior?
Well, but doing recreational activities is inherently therapeutic, right? Do you think all drugs are just not therapeutic?
Destiny has said himself. Destiny has said himself. Destiny, shut up, dude. I'm going to mute you if you don't stop talking. I'm going to mute you. I've muted you. Okay, dude, listen. Destiny has said himself that it is unhealthy to take drugs, to try to take recreational drugs to try to cure some other issue in your life. Now carry on.
Okay, well, Destiny would be probably right in that sense, but this isn't like curing his relationship.
Oh, so when I say it's wrong, when Destiny says it's right, okay, you're done. Okay.
Well, why would I ever agree that you can just get really fucking high on drugs to forget about all your problems?
You're an idiot. Every point you've been wrong on. Come up with another one.
Well, do you think that he thinks taking MDMA is curing all his problems?
No, but I just said. Okay. I said it is unhealthy to take recreational drugs to cope with issues in your life. You said no, doing recreational activity is actually fine, actually. And then I said Destiny has said it is unhealthy to take drugs to cope with issues in your life. And you're like, well, he's probably right. You're a fucking idiot.
What I said was that he's been taking drugs recreationally for years, right? So this isn't like an out of the normal thing.
Well, it doesn't matter. The motivation is you're saying the motivation.
Built a huge career.
You're such a fucking moron.
And the thing is, when I'm talking to you, me defending any little point by saying like, "Oh, he's built a huge career," he's
drug
fine.
addicts.
It feels
drug
like you're
addicts.
about to be like
a relapsing
dude.
Shut up. A relapsing drug addict has been doing recreational drugs for years. That doesn't mean that it's okay for them to do drugs when there's a bad time going on in their life.
What do you think? What signs of addiction are you pointing to?
I'm not saying that there are signs of addiction in Destiny. I'm making the comparison that is to show you that is a retarded argument. That just because someone has done recreational drugs in the past does not mean it is then suddenly healthy for them to do recreational drugs to cope with issues in their lives later.
Okay, am I mistaken to think that you just called him a drug addict?
I did not call him a drug addict. No, I compared him to a drug. I made a analogy to a drug addict, saying that just because someone has done recreational drugs in the past does not mean that it's then healthy for them to do recreational drugs in the future just because they've got an issue in their life. That's not what that means. And that was the argument you made. You said to me, Destiny's been doing recreational drugs for a long time, so it's fine that he's doing it to cope with the issue in his life now.
Yeah, well, it's just the same thing that he's always been doing.
Well, okay, you're just retarded. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, we've got a caller. Hello, how's it going?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, I was listening to your stream. You're kind of a new person that I've noticed. How do I pronounce your name, by the way?
Kuihman's fine. There's not really a pronunciation for it, so whatever's easiest, but Kuihman, generally.
Kuihman, okay. And I just wanted to call because I've been in an open relationship for like over a year now.
Okay.
So I might have like something useful to say, I thought.
Okay.
Because one of the things you talked about was when Destiny was mentioning the germaphobe thing.
Mm-hmm.
You said, like, you have to be kind of autistic to misinterpret that, to like take that as what it is, right?
Well, yeah, it seems like she's pretty clearly dropping hints, especially if she's then getting angry when his response is, I'll just wash the sheets. I think we can... Most people can make a reasonable interpretation of what's going on emotionally there, but...
Well, yeah, and I do agree that, like, implicit communication is a very important skill to have in any relationship. To, like, be picking up on, like, what someone's might be trying to signal to you. But at the same time, I would say that, like, there's a difference between, like, reasonable, like, implicit assumptions and trying to see through when someone else is basically lying about, like, why they want something.
Okay, but do you not agree that is a reasonable implicit assumption, especially when she gets mad about the sheets being washed comment?
I mean, yeah, but then in that case, if it's only reasonable because she got mad, you'd only figure it out when she got mad.
Well, yeah, but he said, I assume that the way it was presented was that the way this conversation went down was she said, "Don't have other girls in the bed. I'm a germaphobe," and he said, "It's fine. I'll wash the sheets," and then she got mad. So he seems to be misinterpreting that. It's acting like that's just.
At the time, like when she got mad and they had like their fight, he said. And then it came out that yeah, she did want. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, and it came out that she did want him to not have people in the bed because it was just like their space.
Right.
And while I agree, like if Destiny was more like aware of these things, because this does seem to be a weak point for him, he could have seen that like she might have been not exactly forthcoming about it. I think in that case that he would have had to see through it because of a failure on her part, not on his.
Sure, but what I'd say is like, you know,
yeah,
she you can say that Melina maybe doesn't have the best communication skills, and you know if she's uncomfortable about something, maybe she has trouble voicing it. But that's kind of what happens when you get into a relationship with a 19-year-old ESL girl, right? I feel like he should know this. He's like he's not an idiot. Like you know you're going to maybe need to have a bit more tact.
Yeah, I think yeah, Destiny's Melina's relationship seems like there was a lot of stuff going against it from like the very start. It seemed like extremely risky proposition from the beginning. But I guess like I more want to just call in because I feel like I know you're a streamer, so like streamers are like prone to like absolute like statements. Like the way you said like you have to be an autist to misinterpret this. I think it's kind of normalized sometimes for people to be very well like a lot of people like will like not say things because they're like uncomfortable with it or like insecure about it. And that's a normal experience. But if you're in a relationship, it is like an issue that like you're having. You don't feel comfortable saying things to your partner, you know?
Sure.
And like I guess like the whole point is that like I just wanted to say that like you know,
sure,
well,
but I'd say they're both having an issue there, right? They're both having an issue. I'm not saying Melina. Yeah. There's no point where I'm saying Melina was perfect in this relationship. I'm sure, you know, both. Yeah, no offense, but anyone that's in an open relationship, I'm going to be very fucking suspicious of in terms of how their relationships are. But so there's no part of me that is
being like, oh yeah, I'm sure Melina was absolutely perfect. You know, she had no issues whatsoever. I'm sure she was a schizo at times and did some fucked up shit. Absolutely certain of that. But what I hate is the fact that Destiny is using these like sort of sly justifications to blow her up publicly.
Okay, so
that's what I
feel
really
like okay, like so like if I'm understanding you correctly, you feel like Destiny will take like I guess like perhaps like issues she's had or like mistakes she makes and like we'll use that as an excuse to like have a disproportionate response.
Yeah, it's like it's totally disproportionate. Like he keeps saying, you know, I'm not perfect. It's like, yeah, we know, but he won't cop to any specific criticisms, right? I'm formatting my thoughts badly here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm rambling. Listen, if you got any other points, just go for it.
Okay, cool. I guess like I only had one thing, and like it'll be I'm pretty sure it'll probably be super quick. We were talking about like a threat as a statement. Like that wasn't like a super rigid definition, was it?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Sorry, I just got a message. I'm way distracted here. Sorry.
It's okay. When you're talking about like a threat is like I think you might have like, I'm trying to remember exactly what you said. You said something like a threat is like a statement. It has a definition, you know?
Yeah. So okay, right. Yeah. My point was, if you say he threatened suicide if she didn't divorce me, if you say that, that feels like a very clear statement of fact, right? And Destiny knows that. I don't believe that he was unaware of how that the specific implication that's being made there, or the specific meaning of that statement. So he has chosen to portray it in that way because it does sound bad. And if Tim wants to say to someone, listen, I didn't threaten to kill myself if she didn't break up with him, then I think that's fair to clear it up, and that does not create a justification for Destiny to start leaking stuff.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay, so you feel like Destiny framed it in a way to be like as like I guess like
yeah, and then Tim tried to, and then when Tim clarified it, he then used that as justification to start leaking. It's almost like manufacturing justification by like going super hard, and then when someone pushes back a little bit, it's then like, okay, now I can go even harder. You know, it's
so,
like
so you feel like it was like a bait. That's what you feel like it was.
It's not even necessarily it was an intentional bait, just that's the effect it's having. That's what's the dynamic here is.
All right. I guess like would it be okay if I asked you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. I feel like while you know it wouldn't be effective for Destiny to say he threatened to kill himself like if he didn't, you know, like explicitly threatened to kill himself. I think it is possible for like for instance to like I think it's pretty common for us to sometimes say someone threatens something even if it's only an implicit threat.
Yeah, I agree. Generally, I agree, but it didn't sound even like it was really implicit threat. I would call it emotionally manipulative, really emotionally manipulative, but it didn't even really feel like an implicit threat because these things were occurring sort of like hours apart. You know, there's plausible deniability to where he can say like I was just feeling bad about the situation and I was just talking to the person closest to me at the time about it. I would still say it's irresponsible to do that because it is emotionally manipulative. It does create emotional pressure, but there's so much wiggle room there for it to be different things that for Destiny to come out and say it was a threat, it does feel like a misrepresentation for the sake of drumming up more anger.
Okay, so if Destiny had said like that Tim was being emotionally manipulated.
Yeah, if he just said he was being emotionally manipulative, which he did say as well, if that was what he was saying, and this was his story for it, I would agree with him. But the issue is that he came out strong with the threat claim, and then is using the fact that Tim pushed back on it to come out even harder. It just feels like there was never attempt with Destiny here to de-escalate or to reconcile or anything. It is just like every time you slight me, or I feel like you're doing something slightly wrong, or you know you've spoken in a way that I don't like, I'm just going to go even harder and harder and harder and harder. When these two have said from the beginning they don't want this to be public.
Okay. All right, so yeah, so I guess like your main issue with Destiny is like that you feel like there hasn't been like I guess a good faith attempt to like settle this in some way. It always feels like
he's just he starts with I want to nuke Melina and Tim, and then everything along the road to that, he's just fitting the pieces into place. He's just coming up with the excuses, making the justifications. But ultimately, we know where we're headed. We know we're headed to constant nukes, a Melfesto or something. We know that's the course we're on. We've known that since the first stream, really. Even though he said he wasn't going to do it, it was clear. You know, if someone says, I needed a 3-hour therapy session to stop me from doing this, it's like, okay, well, how likely are you to actually not do this, right? Especially when the next stream he's like, oh, Melina weaponized this therapist against me, and all this shit. So obviously he's turned on this therapist now because they said something he didn't like, or Melina used them in a way he didn't like. So it's just every step along the way is just coming up with the new reason to go even harder and harder.
Okay, if I remember correctly, I think Destiny did say that he was acting like out of line in some ways, at least. That he was.
But he said
like,
he death spiraled that night, and he shouldn't have leaked stuff in DGG. But then he keeps doing it again and again. So like, how are we supposed to take his admission that he did something wrong seriously if he just keeps doing the behavior week after week?
Yeah, I guess I can see where you come from in there. Yeah. Okay. I think I understand you better now. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I guess that's all I had to say.
No problem. Catch you later.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Let's speak to someone who has a few disagreements, but I don't think they're too crazy. Hello.
Yo, what's up,
Yo,
boy?
yo. What did you want to talk about?
Oh wait, I'm getting a bunch of echo.
Oh, do you have the stream on still?
Oh, I just paused it. Is that better?
Yep, that should be. Is that good?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering, like, have you seen anything that like Melina has put out that is like contradictory of what you think Destiny like was lying about? Because
sorry, can we just go on? Can we go on specific claims that you want to talk about?
Yeah, no,
it's a bit hard for me to talk in abstract like that.
No, you kept like doubting certain things he was saying, but it didn't. It seemed like you were kind of just picking and choosing, like when to say, "Oh, I don't know, I feel like he's lying about this," without having like a counterclaim necessarily.
Okay. Generally, what I'm gonna say is, if it seems like both parties agree, or it's not a particularly egregious claim, I'm not gonna sit there and chat. I'm not gonna sit there and, like, you know, be a massive stickler for heavens over everything. But if there is a serious claim being made about something genuinely wrong that someone else is doing, and it doesn't seem like other people are agreeing that happened, then then I'm going to be like, okay, we need a source.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, like, which of those things, like, Melina contradicted, and, like, you know, like you were saying.
So, first of all, there's the isolating her from her friends and family thing is a big one. But Destiny claimed Memetix was isolating Melina, but in the DMs of TC Brady, what Melina says is Memetix is actually really good with her family and friends, and that he's making an effort to befriend all of them. So that's one claim. So Destiny now needs to show some actual evidence that.
Okay, I mean, isn't that just like an opinion? Like, people could have different opinions about that.
Well, no, either he is isolating her, or he's hanging out with them a lot and trying to befriend them. Those are two.
If she's mind fucked by him, then she's gonna say he's not doing that regardless, because she's gonna try and cover up for him.
Well, then we can just that's just disregarding any testimony Melina can possibly give, because you're just saying, well, she's mind fucked. So,
I mean, I guess.
So that
I just feel like you're giving like Tim a lot of fucking credit.
I'm just saying that I'm not going to believe horrible things about someone if there's no evidence presented.
Yeah, I guess it just feels like saying he like is lying. It just feels a little disingenuous to,
I don't think
if Destiny didn't present that he's lying. You know,
well, no, I'm saying Melina's contradicting
when you don't necessarily.
Him. I'm not saying I didn't say he was lying about the isolation thing. I'm saying Melina's contradicting him.
And if okay. I guess I'm also responding to like a lot of the chatters too, because like people are, you know, way more hardcore than like the takes that you're giving for the most part.
I mean, that's just sort of the way of chats, though. Really, I mean, people in chat have less on the line.
But like that's just kind of what I'm trying to address, I guess, as well. Because like there's a bunch of incels in chat. Like, let's be real.
There's actually well, probably some of them are. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know First T is pretty hard on Destiny, and he's married. I know Stylo's not an incel. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Or
about
like-
that Addy Pupils guy. He could be a incel, but I think just saying, oh, these people are incels because they're saying,
No, I'm not saying all of them are. I'm just saying I can tell by the way people are interacting with this. Some people definitely have a lot more emotions behind it for certain reasons that are very personal, it seems. It's like a parasocial relationship.
oh, okay,
just
okay.
like
Well,
a
so
negative
what's an
one, right?
example? What's the sort of engagement that you're talking about that seems to be motivated by inceldom?
The people who constantly like whatever he says, they have to bring it back to something about him and relationships with women, and then having a negative like comment on every single thing. Like
Okay,
that's obviously not a healthy mindset, right?
Okay, so I think the people that I've seen going hardest against women in general, or the way women act in chat, are actually people that I know for a fact, or know well. I'm relatively convinced they're not incels. Like, you know, DK,
Yeah.
who obviously, you know, is not an incel. Stylo, I know is not an incel. You know,
Yeah,
these are the
no,
ones that seem
and-
to be going hard against women.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe you could say red pill is a better description.
No, I don't think there's many red pillars in my chat either, to be honest.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
not. I've never really covered any red pill stuff. I've never really spoken about relationship stuff, particularly on stream. I don't
Well,
think that's
yeah,
the
but
sort of people that are
there's
chatting
going
on my
to be
stream.
overlap, right? There's going to be overlap on both sides. There's going to be DGGers and there's going to be red pillars. They're both
Well,
going to overlap.
Probably to some
to some
extent.
extent.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
probably people with slight leanings, but I don't think it's. I don't think there's a. It's the majority of my chat or a big influence in my chat.
No, I'm just saying some of the it's the vocal minority, right?
I just don't even necessarily agree with that. I just haven't really seen anything that's like super red pill, like all night really. I mean, there's people making statements like, you know, sort of vaguely misogynistic statements about, oh, this is how women act and that sort of thing. But,
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
That's not red pill. That's pretty normal. That's like regular misogyny. That's casual misogyny that generally most men probably engage in at some point.
Okay, I guess maybe the amount of misogyny is the difference, is what you're saying? Like red pillars
I
are
would
just
say there's specific
constantly
talking points.
misogynist.
There's specific talking points and beliefs that red pillars tend to espouse, and I just don't see those represented in chat. I just see the sort of the vague notion of, oh, women will never tell you how they really feel. You have to interpret it. Oh, this is women will, you know, go off with another guy if they show more attention. That sort of thing. That's what I'm seeing, which isn't necessarily red pill talking points. Red pill talking points would be more like talking about value dynamics in the sexual marketplace and, you know, that sort
But
of
do you
thing.
think if someone brought those up, they would disagree with it?
I don't think most people disagree with sort of like a general analysis that people have, you know, different value that they bring to relationships. But I think most people in chat would probably disagree with the sort of like red pill hypergamy theory, where it's like, you know, the top 20% of men get the top 80% of women. You know, that's the sort of
I don't
thing I
know.
think when I think red pill.
Can you do a poll?
Do a poll on whether you believe in hypergamy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm curious.
Is hypergamy real? Let's see.
Yo, why is everyone so mad at me? I'm just fucking having a conversation.
I think
Yeah, that's
maybe
just
because
what
they
gets
felt
me-
like we were calling them incels, so they're getting
Okay,
defensive.
but if you're getting so defensive, doesn't that kind of imply you might have some incel
I think
talking points?
it's just irritating when your opinions are dismissed with a assertion about you that isn't even true. Like, I've been called an incel plenty of times. I'm certainly not an incel, so I don't
Yeah.
like. It's frustrating when someone's just like, "Well, you're a virgin. You're a virgin." It's like, well, dude, look.
Why am I?
No,
so
I'm actually just a
trying
normal
so
person.
hard
I've
to
just got an
label
opinion
them?
about this.
I'm not trying so hard to label them. I'm just trying to use a few descriptors that I like that other people would understand when I use them. I could go fucking into details about what it is that like the constant misogyny brain fucking does to your life, but I don't know.
Well, did you have any other specific criticisms of stuff I said on stream you disagreed with, or
DGG or people? No, but I mean, all I'm saying is if y'all are getting so defensive, like you don't have to. It clearly makes you look a certain way if you're so defensive about it. I am dilly dallying. Yeah, it's called a conversation.
okay? Well, no other specific points. No, I feel
No, I was just wondering about like the Molina specific stuff. That was really all I was wondering. Yeah,
fair enough. Well,
but I fuck with the channel though. I've been watching for a while.
okay, cool, good to hear. I mean,
yeah,
it's been going well recently, so I'm happy people are enjoying it.
Antonio, I joined DGG like maybe 9 months ago. Yeah, ban me, bro. Ban me. Ban me. Ban every DGGer, right? That's the best way to have a conversation.
No. Just the retarded ones, okay?
No, but I mean the chat wants you to though.
Well, yeah, they want to. I'm going to cut this conversation now. I think if we've got nothing else to talk about, but thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Okay, catch you later.
I will catch you guys. Christmas movie stream permission.
It's in the stream. Okay. No, we're not banning. We're not banning. Okay. It didn't have much to say, just one question, but I don't think that's an issue. If you try to talk about that one thing, that's fine. I'll take callers, okay? Any DGG that wants to come on, I'll accept, okay? It's very rare they actually nut up and come and talk. It's very rare. It's taken me this long to get a couple. Given who their daddy is, very strange. Kenny, why are you in General VC? You've got perms. If you want to join, you can just join. You don't need to wait for me to move you in. Unless you're just sitting in General VC to try and... Okay, does anyone have that Mr. Gold clip? Okay, hi Kenny.
Yo, I feel we need better DGG representation.
Yeah.
As a base DGGer.
You think you're a base DGGer, do you?
Yeah,
but
I do.
You say that Destiny's a horrible person, but that's why you watch him. So, I mean, there's nothing you can really say to that.
Yo, Destiny, if you're watching, I never...
You do say that. You say that all the fucking time, bro.
Destiny, yo,
you
I
say
love
he's a terrible person, but that's why he's based.
Destiny, I think you should personally go to Sweden and ensure that Molina is homeless after this. I just want to say, I don't know why people are defending Destiny. I mean, he will get away with it. Don't worry, DGGers, Destiny is safe. He has done it before. He will get away with it. DGG up. And I just want to say, I don't even know where these debate tactics come from. Why are you calling people incels? That doesn't do anything.
Okay. Oh. Spit King. Alright, I'm going. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just call it. I've been going for almost 7 hours. Actually, should we have a look on the Destiny subreddit quickly? Let's have a look at some Destiny subreddit posts. Let's see what they're all saying. So to sum up the Molina situation. Okay, yeah, so Molina did everything that Destiny wasn't allowed to do according to the rules of their relationship. Keeping people around that want them to break up, not having other partners sleep in the bed, not telling Destiny about her hookups when he's supposed to inform her. But Destiny always told her that he didn't care. That's the thing that's been missed here, right? And also, I love that it's literally just... Let's just list all Molina's wrongs. No criticism of Destiny whatsoever. And this is the Molina situation, apparently. Zero criticism of Destiny. Try the next one. Where's another post? These all look like yeah, there's no real text posts. It's not like on everything new. I thought she was a lot more intelligent, mature, and level-headed, but I blame Destiny for protecting her public image this much. But fuck, does a disappointment taste awful? Yeah, the only thing Destiny did wrong was protect Melina too much. That's the only thing he did wrong. He should have just thrown her under the bus earlier, frankly. Like, why didn't you just beat her to... Why didn't you just throw her out the fucking window? You just get... Like, this is what they want. It's just crazy. Look, I didn't know they were poly. Okay, well, that's just you, because they mentioned being kind of like more poly at points before. I truly thought the Mel would be more grateful of the literal once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and growth she got from dating Destiny. Be more respectful and cautious with how she went about talking about him to others. It seems she's sort of been gunning at crushing his reputation behind the scenes for years. The first incident seems to have been the Bob 7 shenanigans. Yeah, actually Melina was the light Yagami the whole time. She's been scheming this the whole time. She's been planning to destroy his reputation. That's why she talks about the way she feels like she's been abused and hurt by Destiny to her friends. Not because she feels genuinely upset about it. It's because she's actually Light Yagami herself, who is manipulating the situation. Destiny's actually so retarded that he can be played by a 19-year-old girl doing a long game for years. That's how fucking stupid this guy is. Yeah, maybe I even agree with this guy. This doesn't read right, Imo. Dating someone, I don't think, should ever be described as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yeah, no shit. It makes it sound like you're fucking indebted to them. You have to stay with them no matter what they do. Sick fuck. Doesn't matter what side you fall on with the divorce situation, Destiny is absolutely right that if you know someone, friend, lover, or co-worker is constantly giving you personal details about other people in their lives, you should be very afraid of that person. Well, yeah, but okay. But Destiny does the same to his audience. Yeah, you should be very scared of Destiny. If you're in relations with Destiny, you should be very scared of him because he will try to destroy your reputation if you cross him. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Very true. Very base post. Now, maybe apply it properly. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you imagine typing this? A Reddit comment like this? Am I signed in? I'm not. I can't even downvote it. I'm not reading that. Fuck that. Not happening. Critique on the Melina sitch. Really don't feel like going through the VOD to get exact quotes, so correct me if I'm wrong. Today's stream when Destiny was telling the whole story, and of course we knew this when Melina had to go back to Sweden for the court stuff. She was there for 3 months when Destiny was in the US being a slut, not looking for another wife, albeit. Furthermore, he mentions that while Melina is in Sweden, Tim is noticeably around, even Melina's family acknowledges that he's around when Destiny knows where he is. And here's all the rules of the open relationship get wishy-washy and weird, even more so to seem for someone as high-profile as Destiny, considering. Firstly, if my wife was dealing with tech shit that was affecting her stay wherever living, so much so she had to go back to her home country for months, if I'm going with her if I have a means based. Taking into consideration, Destiny has plenty of money to live with Melina in Sweden for months at a time. You can still create content, stream, and continue your open relationship for the time being. It just seems really cold to not have supported at the time. I understand that he was taking care of everything with his unique skill set. Maybe things were just bad before she went to Sweden regardless, so he wasn't motivated to go there, but it just seems like a major miscalculation in terms of being there to support someone you love. Other than that, until such more info emerges, I highly agree with his takes on the relationship. I completely disagree with how Melina handled most of it. Oh. It's like a reasonable critique, but the fact that they're like, oh yeah, I agree with all Destiny's takes on relationships, other than that, that's kind of fucking gay. Meme Tix was not threatening to off himself. I'm not sure how anyone can interpret I have suicidal thoughts as, if you don't leave your husband for me, I'm going to kill myself. It's not even close. Edit, my favourite part is all the responses. No one can tell me how this guy threatened to kill himself when he didn't leave her husband well. I've spent too much time on Reddit. Every explanation involves an incredible amount of conjecture. I do hope there are some DGGers who see he was not making a threat to kill himself. He actually thinks someone's threatening suicide. I hope you get them to hospital, call emergency services for them. Yep. Cool. Oh, this guy's Bad Horse Zero. He's a Mr. Girl fan based. He won. He won. If TC Brady doesn't win DGG of the year, the award has no purpose. For what? Leaking some like vaguely embarrassing DMs from Melina? Dude, these people are fucking ill. Why choose bad men/women? Complain about them, go back to them. Why is everyone taking Destiny at his word? The reason is simple. The years of history. Other people lying and him posting receipts. Keffels, Bob7, Bosch, Hassan, Lav and many others. I've been watching Destiny since 2015, and all those years I have seen dozens of people come through, and not once have I walked away from what I will call a drama cycle or agreeing with him. Not agreeing with him because I'm a fan, but because he had receipts. I would witness people tell bold-faced lies on the internet where everything's documented in front of thousands of people. Then when he calls them out, they double and triple down. Do they get consequences for their lies? No. And that's because they don't care about their credibility. In the opposite side of the spectrum, we have Destiny, consistently willing to call out anyone and everyone he disagrees with, be it friend or foe. Look, is he perfect? Fuck no. But he's the best we got. He always makes what I consider a good faith effort to be truthful and fair. That's why I will take him at his word until someone can prove me otherwise. Because I think he simply doesn't have the capacity to bother lying, knowing how easy it is to get caught. No one who publicly and proudly defended the private use of the N-word has a reason to lie about what they do in private when it can be so easily be disproven. TLDR, if you still doubt Destiny's integrity after all these years, there is no hope for you. You are lost. DGG is taking Destiny's word at face value. People keep saying that everything is hearsay and DGG is just taking a side because they're fans and they want to suck him off. While this may be true with newer fans, I think people are forgetting that he's built up a lot of credibility over the years when it comes to drama, whether it be the 7 fiasco, or Mr. Redacted, or the random Sneeko drama, and all the manifestos he's always seemed to come out on tops of in terms of telling the most accurate story. Steve sells himself as someone who's very transparent, while extremely rude or unreasonable IRL, doesn't do extremely petty stuff on stream unless it's meant to protect himself from someone else acting against him, which at that point, I don't know if it would count as petty or not, but yeah. Seems like a bunch of people are anti-Destiny here in an attempt to see both sides and not fall for hearsay, but everyone's forgetting how he's built himself up to be the person we all see as pretty credible when it comes to drama. Not to say he's always in the right, but he'll describe things accurately without blatantly lying. Even when he was unhinged and talking to DGG chat, the things he said appear to be pretty clear and not go against anyone else said. I don't know. What do you all think? What, when he said that Tim threatened to kill himself, it wasn't true? Like when he said Tim lived there and it wasn't true, he was paying his own rent for his own apartment. Like when he said Tim didn't have a job, but what he meant was he just hasn't done much work on TikTok in a little while. He said he was a loser, but he's got a 6-year engineering degree. All those truths that Destiny was spitting. Okay. Engineers are losers? Yeah, not ones that are fucking Swedish whores, though. Meanwhile, you, Kenny, you are a loser. Even if you're saying you're a CS major, you are a loser. Where's your Swedish whores? You got no bitches, bro. You have 0 bitches. How OP would Tiny be in Game of Thrones? How do you write this and not, like, do something terrible to yourself? Why is Melina doing this? Obligatory Steven defense post. It's not obligatory. According to Destiny, Melina has ruined his relationships with other people by dumping all of his worst moments onto them in a biased, one-sided way and lying about him and calling him abusive. He admits to being abusive. She's apparently posting screenshots of logs that it means abusive in public as well. I mean, this whole situation right now is pretty abusive. She's apparently posting screenshots of logs everywhere where she made herself look sane and hinged while he's freaking out. Says all Swedish influencers probably hate him, along with all the people Mel has spoken to, including Destiny's own friends. He said that he lost friends because of their rampant dishonest well poisoning. My question is, why is she still doing all of this after Destiny has shown so much restraint? Bro. Oh, you can't make it up. Decided not to talk shit and only vague posts about how they fucked up in the past. Not only is there no reason to do this, but the way she did it is also morally reprehensible. She seems as bad as Bob7 and all the other people we hate. You're saying the quiet part out loud here, aren't you? All the people we hate. All the Destiny's enemies that I hate. These are nasty, nasty people, Mr. Bonnell. Yes, someone should do something about them. Let alone all the double standards of Destiny. Can't have a woman in bed while she's giving a dude a key to her apartment. He's living with her and she's lying about all of it. He wasn't living with her. Lying about Destiny, ghosting her for 3 days and doubling down on lies. You can't prove that was a lie. Melina really seems like a shitty person. IMO, there's no excuse for his behaviour unless Steven is literally lying.